guaranteed that I die a legend. Yeah, son God, homie, I'm reverend. Breaks, just protecting my investment. Ask about me, integrity's not a question. Straight up, all the way up, with the same ones that was down from the jump. Day one, same ones, been around when there ain't funds. Even got love for fake ones that changed up like they break ones. Go on, you can charge it to the game. I'm all up in the photos, looking largest in the frames. Ayy, keep how I move, man, I'm getting to the bag. But the amount of work required is not a price you wanna pay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Six Pack YouTube channel. I'm your host, Dylan Clemons. Here with me tonight talking the Detroit Lions is my good buddy, Mike Bonni. What's up, my friend?
Hey. Did you notice in that video that, like, they don't show any of the Lions or Vikings? It was basically just Packers and Bears.
Oh, it showed up Amon Ra St. Brown right away, man. Shout out to Davis
clip.
shout out to Davis Fang for doing the video. It's fantastic, as always. But before we jump into the Lions, I just want to remind you guys, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. We really do appreciate it. Then head on over to fantasy6pack.net/plans and check out our memberships. We got some good stuff going on over there, guys. We got award-winning rankings. We got Discord where you can come in, pop in, ask us any questions you want, fantasy baseball, football, whatever we're talking. And then our fantasy football cheat sheet dropped this week too, so you can use that to dominate your drafts that are coming here in August. It's going to be here before you know it, Mike. You know that just as well as I do, that this summer is going to fly by, and just like that, we're going to be in training camp and redraft leagues will be starting.
You're throwing me off by calling me Mike. Stop that.
Sorry, man. That's your name. But without further ado, let's jump right into the Lions quarterbacks. We got Jared Goff, Nate Sudfeld, and Hendon Hooker, who they drafted this season. Jared Goff, Mike, last year, much better than we anticipated. I'm curious to hear your thoughts and see if he is your guy this year after what we saw.
I wouldn't say he wouldn't be my guy, but he'd be a target in Superflex for sure. Like, if he's your second quarterback in Superflex, you're sitting pretty good. I mean, the dude had 6 games as a quarterback, 1. He throws the deep ball very well. Now, all of a sudden, I don't know how that happened.
Number 7 in deep ball completion percentage, according to Player Profiler as well.
Even his normal completion percentage is top 12, so it's just weird. I don't know what happened to him. Good coaching, I guess. I don't know, but I wouldn't go out of my way in drafting him. I would take 2 of the other quarterbacks in this division over him. I'd take Cousins and Fields for sure over him, but
okay, you do have
Cousins
over him. That's interesting. So you have Goff outside the top 12?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, that's fair enough. What we do like from him, man, though, is they were 7th in pace of play and they were 6th in pass attempts, which you love.
Offense is good too, man.
Yeah,
in the red zone.
And their offensive line is probably a top 5 offensive line in football. He was number 1 in clean pocket percentage, but what was even better, he was number 10 in under pressure rating, which is completely surprising because his rap has always been that if you start getting a Jared Goff, he gets completely frazzled. But
was he number 10 in that because it wasn't happening much?
Perhaps.
So he was just easy completions.
That could be it, man. But if you wait on quarterbacks, I know that drafting a quarterback early is becoming more of a trend now. But if you're waiting at quarterback, I don't mind Jared Goff. He's going to give you some top 5 weeks because of everything going on around him. You know,
he'd be great in Superflex. That's what I think. It'd be.
Yep, he's probably a top tier quarterback too, for sure.
Yeah.
Heading on over to the running backs now, we got a whole new look pretty much. We got David Montgomery. They drafted Jahmyr Gibbs in the first round. We got Craig Reynolds, and they also drafted, or he might be an undrafted guy, Mohamed Ibrahim from Minnesota. But Mike, let's just keep this simple. Who would you rather have at cost right now? Jahmyr Gibbs is going as RB14 on Underdog ADP. I know it's best ball, but that's really kind of all we got to go off of right now. And Montgomery is going 43 picks after Jahmyr Gibbs at RB26. I'm curious your thoughts here. Who do you want?
Well, before you said that, I was going to say Jahmyr Gibbs because I think he's going to be a factor in PPR. But going that much later for Dave Montgomery, who can do both, he will score the touchdowns, he will get the goal line work, and he'll get some targets too. Mm-hmm. It's probably going to be him over Jahmyr Gibbs.
And there's
at least at that value. That's insane.
There's 18 goddamn rushing touchdowns up for grabs that Jamal Murray left. You know what I mean? They're okay. Maybe they don't have 18 rushing touchdowns, but what if Monty finds the end zone 10, 12 times, man? That's
exactly.
Totally possible. Totally possible.
I think both can be good. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be more like the Swift type running back, where I don't think he's going to get up to like a top 10 running back, but anywhere between 14 to 24 is fine. Yeah, Jamal Williams, not Jamal Murray.
I said Jamal Murray. Yeah, NBA on my mind. Oh, no. But yeah, man, it's I agree. I think I'd rather have Montgomery at cost, but Gibbs
I didn't know he was going that much later, or Gibbs going that early is kind of insane.
Yeah, he did have a 14% target share at college. You got written down here, man, and that's what he specializes in. He's Kamara-esque, and with them drafting him in the first round, that pretty much guarantees a workload, though, right?
Earlier than I thought in the first round, too. So
it could definitely be a 50-50 split timeshare right down the middle, which makes me usually lean towards the guy who's going later, who, you know, and Montgomery definitely has decent upside at RB26.
That's so much lower. That's insane.
Yeah. But heading on over to the wide receivers, there's going to be a lot to talk about here, man. We got Amon Ra St. Brown, the sun god, who you and I both absolutely love. We got Jameson Williams, who's suspended 6 games for some gambling stuff. Won't get too much into that. We got Marvin Jones back again. We got Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond, Trinity Benson, and Antoine Green. Let's start here with Amon Ra. Do you think he has top 5 upside?
Man, it's going to be hard to get in that top 5. It's a gauntlet. I mean, 3 are already taken up if they stay healthy with Cooper Kupp, Jefferson, Chase. I mean, Diggs is there too. Plus, throw in, A.J. Brown probably still. It's possible. At one point, he was wide receiver 6 without Jameson Williams. So,
And you got 6 games without him this year, too. That's where I think that he can.
I think he's going to get targeted like insane. It's going to be insane. The tight end isn't great here.
I can see him totally going off on Thursday Night Football opening night against the Chiefs for like 12 catches for like 120 yards and a touchdown or something. Just start your season off.
Totally bold statement here. I can see 20 targets in one of those first 6 games. At least once. That's what I'm going to stamp my flag on.
And man, it's all the yards after catch too. He's number 4 in yards after catch, which he has to be, because what's really interesting is his ADOT, which he ranks 97th in average depth of target. So he's really doing everything after the catch. So
and we love his target share, 26%.
Yep. So we talked about Jameson Williams being suspended 6 games. Does that mean we're going to see Marvin Jones step up like we've seen at times when he was in Detroit before? We saw it a little bit in Jacksonville the last 2 years as well. Or is it? We also saw Josh Reynolds have a little bit of chemistry with Goff at times.
I think Khalif Raymond did.
So who do you like out of this rest of this hodgepodge of guys here?
I would give a late round pick to Marvin Jones because he's known to have a at least decent target share and good track record. Josh Reynolds has played with Goff before, so that's also something to think about. But probably Khalif Raymond's the odd man out. You probably don't need to think about him, but
It's almost a certainty, man, that sometime that Marvin Jones is going to catch 2 touchdowns in a game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That
It's
almost
just bound to happen.
Yeah, just
And then you're like, ooh,
right
should we do Marvin Jones finally? Pick him up.
Yep,
And next
yep.
week it's like, oh, that's why we don't pick him up.
Like, is there a world where Marvin Jones gets close to 100 targets because of the Jameson Williams suspension of 6 games? Like, that's not out of the realm of possibility,
It's
right?
possible even when
Yeah.
Jameson comes back, because I don't think they use him correctly. Like before the podcast, we were saying they don't like throwing deep down the field very much, even though he has a really good completion percentage. He just takes his opportunities. That's only going to lead to 3 targets a game for Jameson because he's only a deep threat.
Yeah, right. It makes you wonder if he'll come back, maybe use him a little bit more
In the string game, maybe.
Yeah, perhaps. Well, yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, I think Marvin Jones, I like that call. Like I do, maybe as a dart throw late near drafts here. But to wrap this up, guys, we got the tight ends now. We got Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, and James Mitchell. Like, rookie tight ends don't normally finish as tight end ones, but
Nope.
We did talk about how Jameson Williams is suspended. So does that create more target share towards Sammy P or Brock Wright or any of these tight ends?
I don't have the stats for when Goff was in the Rams, but I don't think he targeted the tight end very often there. I can't remember who they had, but last year,
Gerald Everett and Higbee. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, this year or last year, they only the line or Goff only targeted the tight end 17% of the time. That was a little bit with Hawkinson, and then with Brock Wright and the other goon, James Mitchell, whatever his name is. None of them really performed that great. Just because Sam Laporta is coming in, I don't think it's going to take away a significant amount of targets away from the wide receivers or running backs. Because you got to think Jahmyr Gibbs is probably going to get a decent amount. I'd say more than any other tight end. And plus Montgomery is going to get some.
Yeah. Yeah, and you really would if you're taking a shot at a tight end, you would ideally want them to be the second or third target on their team, preferably the first if you can get that.
And how many
tight ends are?
How many targets are really being given up with Williams out? Jameson now. It's 3 to 5, if that.
Yeah. So you could get these tight ends for free right now, but I would not waste a late round pick on them.
If you want to be weird, go Laporta, I guess, super late.
If you start seeing after the first couple weeks 5-6 targets for Laporta, maybe think about it.
Yeah,
but drafting him, that's not something I'm interested in. But I think that pretty much wraps up our Detroit Lions preview. Ike, it was fun. Before we get out of here, just want to remind you, please smash that like button. Please subscribe. We appreciate it. And go on and check out fantasy6pack.net/plans and check out our memberships that we got going on over there. And our cheat sheet just dropped. So make sure to check that out. But for Ike Bonni, I'm Dylan Clemons. We'll talk at you next time.